about the market for their company products, not only the product but also the market. Who does their target? So if your product is for kids, of course the target may be the kids and the parents, okay, not the young or youth or the bachelor degree student. Okay? So this includes not just the number of potential customer, but also their spending power. A smaller market with wealthy consumers might be more valuable than a larger market with a less affluent people. So a smaller market with the wealthy consumers might be more valuable than a larger market with a less affluent people. I always think that when I was kid or until when I was studying, I always think that how the can you mention what is the very expensive car, limousine maybe, limousine or another, yeah, limousine. Like I never watched their advertisement in the TV, but how they can find a people to buy the product, like very expensive cars like limousine or another very expensive car. Or for example, what is the name of the name? Robicon's like I don't know how to they promote their brand because it's expensive. So of course they have like a smaller market. Maybe they advertise or introduce their product in the like for example exhibition or maybe in the company's visitation or something. So you cannot they say that they do not promote the very expensive product in the TV because very rich people they do not have time to watch TV. So that's the thing. So they maybe they have another ways to promote their product. Okay, so they need to do market research to know who is the target. So if you cannot say that, if you would like to, you cannot introduce your product to wrong target. Okay. For example, key element of market research. First, consumer research. The main goal is to satisfy the final consumers. Understanding their opinions and need is very important. And this can also involve survey, interview, or even direct advertising through TV or radio. So this is how you introduce yourself. The most likely, if I'm mistaken, like the kid product for children, they usually advertise in the Sunday around 10 a.m. something like this one, or maybe after they goes to the off school around afternoon around 3 p.m. or 4 until 5 p.m. So because a lot of people, a lot of students, a lot of kids already off schools and then they watch TV or in the Sunday. Or maybe if you would like, I ever heard, if you would like to introduce the kitchenette product for mom, they usually need you in the around 10 a.m. until 12 or 11 a.m. in the morning. So because this is the time for the mom to when they're cook and then maybe they watch TV have time or maybe, and also maybe usually the most expensive advertisement in the television they will pick around 7 p.m. or until 9 p.m. because this is a lot of people already off work and then they start to watching TV. So you need to be careful about this research. You have to, even when you publish in the TV and radio, you need to pick the right time. Okay. That's research. This involves analyzing existing data like past sales record or demographic information to predict market interest. In-house data and official report can help assess market potential and guide decision making. So, demographic information is very important. For example, you cannot sell pork in the Arab, right? Like I think it's like they most likely it's gonna be like a fail. Or in some Muslim countries, you cannot sell like a pork. Maybe they will not really best selling, but maybe you may or wine. So you need to see the demographic. So demographic is very important. How their tradition, their custom will influence purchase behavior. For example, this one, this demographic performance, 85%, 15% our top customer were male in the last 12 months. So it means that male will most likely not buying this product. But 85% of our top customers were female in the last 12 months. So when you would like to give advertisement campaign, focus on the big portion of the data. The advert and marketing strategy of the company has yielded fruitful results and the consumer awareness has been increased year on year. Okay. 5 women purchase our product. So it means that the most likely women will purchase the product. So you need to promote or advertise with involving woman activity, for example, in the yoga class or something. Because from the data, the most consumers is women. Next one, the element of market research is market intelligence. So this involves gathering real-time data from various sources, including official reports, company representative, understanding trends like a baby boom leading to increased demand for related products, help in long-term planning and staying ahead of competitors. Okay, regular market assessments. Company must regularly reassess their market environment, and quick key questions to consider include market size, what is the most potential customer base, and are these factors reducing it? And the second one is affluence, how wealthy are our customer and is their income changing? So you need to know that how wealthy your customer and is their income changing? This is also important. Market size is also important. Okay. This is the example of market research. Let's take a look.
Where is this test subject looking? Small cameras in her glasses register her every eye movement. What packaging does she look at more closely? How important are labeling and prices?
Why did you decide for this coffee? Because I like it very much. It's a great mix of normal Turkish, traditional Turkish coffee with this modern type of coffee.
Renata Brandova is a test subject in a Prague supermarket. Market researchers and the manufacturer of the glasses are tracking her gaze. Both men stay discreetly in the background. They want to know if Brandova will choose a specific ketchup from Austria.
Today we are testing how works those special pierced materials, how it helps to the product be more visible and more attractive for customers.
The German manufacturer of the glasses is interested in exact data.
We're testing something different. We're testing the product to measure all these attention spreads here on the ketchup shelf, and we want to find out if it works natural, if it influences somehow the participant, and if we can see what we need to see, namely the decision-making process.
Where customers look reveals how they think, and the information is in high demand. The company that manufactures the glasses is Intelto, south of Berlin. It's already delivered more than 6,000 eye tracking systems. With the aid of tiny cameras, computers can also now be controlled by eye movements instead of a mouse. That requires exact tracking of when someone looks at a particular point.
Okay. Yeah, I will stop here. So this is not really already not relevant. So actually, there is a glasses that you can attract the eyes. Like this is related with I explained in the beginning of the class. In the beginning of the class, that you see that people usually tend to see the one that have the symmetrical with your eyes. So if you see, because they all a lot of, I noticed that ketchup here, they're all different. They're all the same colors, right? Red. They have a different same colors, and so they would like to see that which with packaging, the customer more likely, more interesting to pick because like they're all the same color. They all maybe so you need to be a winner. First, from the packaging need to be eye-catching and the positioning. That's why, what I say, there is a positioning, brand positioning and product positioning when I was when I study. So I need to study, for example, like which if you see. The most expensive or the well-known is Heinz. I work in Heinz ketchup. They will put it Heinz like in the top, like in the top. If you notice this one, the Heinz ketchup. I think this is the Heinz ketchup or something. They would like to put it in the high shelf because it's easier for people to pick it up. Okay, and in the lower shelf is the cheaper or maybe not really well-known brand. So when you later on walk in the advertisement, you need to make a deal with the supermarket supervisor. Like, I really would like to put my product a little bit higher. Otherwise, it's gonna be noticed. It will not notice. Okay. So this is how they you see, this one is $49 and this one is $24. This one is 39. So the higher is the more expensive one, and the lower rack is the cheaper one. So later on, if your product, you need to be careful positioning your product. They're all the same color. So of course, the packaging should be the also eye-catching. So this is the marketing strategy. We're talking about how we need to do market research, right, to find the correct price, because we need to know the market assessment. How wealthy are your customer? For example, I would like to ask, if you are a student, how much price for lunchbox affordable to the student? How much that for this lunchbox? How much price you would like to buy? 100? Is it okay if I sell this one is 100? It's too expensive? Is it 100? No? 120? Less than 100, okay. Okay, less than 100. 120, anyone agree this is 120? 150 maybe. 150 is too expensive for this lunchbox? No, in NTD. In NT dollars, New Taiwan dollars. 150? Too expensive? Anyone would like to buy this lunchbox 150? Raise your hand. No? Is okay with the 150? $100? You would like to buy $100? $100 is okay, right? $100. Maybe $90 or $80? You would okay. So we can see that 100 is the maximum limit. So more than 150, nobody would like to buy. That's why our school canteen is very cheap. Like, it's cheaper. You cannot. Sometimes I just, when I go to our school canteen, I choose without anything. This is like good. This is kind of like delicious. And then it's still less than 150. That's very cheap. But if you go to another, I think it's on 150. So this is, we call it like a short assessment. So it means that you need to know what is the range of your consumer. If you sell is 150, nobody would like to buy it, right? So I just remember in 2017, the first time I came to Taiwan, I studied in Tainan, in the south part of Taiwan. There is a last about $50 at that time. No, there is maybe 70. I just remember when I was like $50, I can buy a very decent, not decent, still okay lunchbox in the south part of Taiwan, but in the north part I don't think. When I come back and talk to my friends, it is like $70 and $80. You can find it in the southern part of Taiwan, but in the north part, I don't think they will have. Okay. So the first thing you need to know your customer wealth. If they're not really have money, so you don't have to. You need to focus on the the range of the price. Regular market assessment. When you make a market assessment, there's several questions you need to consider. First one is motivation. What drives customer to choose our product? Can we increase their motivation? You need to increase their motivation to buy the product. Market trends. Is the market growing or shrinking? Are we keeping the pace? Market is growing or shrinking? What is the market that's shrinking is, for example, the food for them without any with the how to say, not healthy ingredients. This is also shrinking. Nowadays people are more aware to the healthy food. Competition. Do we dominate the market, or how vulnerable are we to new competitors? You need to also think about another competitor. Innovation. Are there new products or materials we should explore, or are we monitoring competitors' activity? Okay. Next one, product critique. What criticism do our product face? How can we improve them? This is also another thing. And new techniques. Are there untapped marketing methods that could expand our reach? Okay. So this is also good. How to do some market assessment. Regular and thorough market analysis help avoid pitfalls and guides the company towards future growth. Okay. Do you have any questions before I continue? Promotion. Now we are talking about promotion, publicity, and public relation. Oh, it's 9:30. So at 10:30, let's just have the check attendance first. So this is for IB student. Please scan the QR code for the second hour attendance. This is for the IB student, but I make it bigger. Good. Anyone from IB cannot scan the QR code? Please please raise your hand. IB student. You cannot scan the QR code from IB student. Please raise your hand now. Make sure that you scan successfully and check regularly both in the Tron class and the school system. Okay. So in the end of this presentation, do not complain about your attendance. You need to want to check and then make sure that you scan successfully. Anyone from IB cannot scan? Please raise your hand. No? From IB? No? Okay, we move forward to SSM. For SSM student, please scan the QR code for the SSM student. Okay. Okay, Sesame student, can any Sesame student cannot scan the QR code? Please raise your hand. Sesame student cannot scan the QR code. Please raise your hand. No, all good. Please check by yourself. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we are going to continue with promotion, publicity, and public relation. This is very common. We found about the promotion, publicity, and public relation. So, promotion and publicity are key responsibilities of the marketing. So, marketing, like what I said, marketing is very, very wide, including promotion or advertisement and publicity. The marketing director and involve various activities such as shows, exhibitions, sponsored events, product launches, seminars, conferences, and advertising. So when you're talking marketing, it's totally different with sales. So some business, marketing and sales are different things, and they are separate department. Marketing is more, the scope is wider. So they also including about promotion, publicity such as shows, exhibition, sponsored events, product launches, seminar, conferences, and advertising. These activities are essential or important for any business, especially those focused on marketing, but they can be expensive and their impact is often hard to measure. However, the saying remains true, which is if you don't advertise, no one knows what you are doing. Okay, like my father told me that when you're working, you don't need to be the most smartest person in the room. So you need to at least you need to show yourself. So your boss will remember you. For example, I did when I was a kid or when I was young, I didn't realize it. But now I realize it. Like some student, I know their name, and then easy for me to remember because their student is like they show their presence. Okay, so this is good. So if someday I found several students, they asked me that can you please help me to write the recommendation letter because I would like to go to US, would like to go to master degree, I would like to find a job. Could you please give me recommendation? Because I remember the name, I know they're a good student, I will okay. But if not so a good student, I will ask, you can ask another professor first. That I will politely say that you can ask another professor because I don't want you. Well, this is very dilemma. I would like to give a recommendation, but I know they're not really good as students. So, being remembered or show yourself is very important. It's very useful. Okay. So if you don't advertise yourself or your product, no one knows. If you're clever, but you're just silent, and then because like my father told me that there is one of their team with his team. One is so, but he has a good public communication skills good, and the other is very smart but very silent. And a lot of important project goes to the one that have a good good communication skill because they're more like confident. Okay, rather than you're smart, but it's like but of course you still have a chance, but not as big as the one that show your how do you say it? Your skill. Okay, this is very common. Promotion costs are significant, often making up about 40% of a product price. This cost is passed on to customers, even the advertising doesn't directly influence their decision to buy. Okay, so promotion usually spend more significant rather than the price to make that product. This is promotion. Now we move to public relation. Similar thing. Public relation or PR involves managing the company public image. Okay? Although sometimes viewed skeptically as a way to cover up problems, PR often involves sharing accurate information to counteract negative or incomplete media coverage. You see that when in the second hour I show you some of the bad marketing campaign. They need to public apologize, right? This is need to be done by PR. Okay, PR usually the one that clarify, say apologize, or maybe make a good public image. The goal is to protect the company's reputation by presenting the full facts, not by hiding issue. They would like to usually to clarify and protect the public, their company image. Not all companies can afford a full PR department, usually only big company. But it's important to have someone responsible for handling public relations. This person, often called a press officer, if you are like interviewed, he's the one that be spokesperson, the speak one, the one that spokesperson, should be well informed, articulate, have a good communication skill, and have authority within the company. Their role includes managing the company's public image and addressing any negative press and promoting positive news. The PR usually need to have desired image, or the company needs to clearly divide the image it wants to project, which might differ based on its market, like luxury product versus mass-produced item. When I go to the mall, I have a very branded bag. Usually the stewardess, right? What is steward? They use like very formal suit, and then they have a gloves, and then there's like a very how to say, they like well groomed, and like using a very suit and then gloves, and then they really give you like with a good manner. So this is like totally different when you go to the supermarket or go to the McDonald's. They shout at you like, hey, quick, on this one. So totally different customer, different treat. Okay. This is also with the target audience. Decide whether the company aims for a global, nation, or local image, and which customer groups it wants to influence. Okay. It depends on the target audience. Next one is crisis management. So the press officer must be well versed in the company product and operation to quickly and accurately address any criticism. So if there is a critics, you need to be like well addressed because you are the spokesperson. You need to be explained in the diplomatic ways. Like last week, you know, with the Professor Robert Berner, they came to our class. I'm really ashamed. You remember they say that, oh, I saw that some of the children are very focused on the phone. And then when I am in the break time and then I asked to give, okay, let's have a 5 minutes. And you know, I asked apologies to him, like, I'm sorry. And I tried to cover like, oh, I'm sorry, Professor, because maybe now the students, they were born together with the cell phone also invented, so they are really attached. I really apologize because like I tried to be diplomatic to him, like I'm so sorry, because now students like in the behind they play phone, and then they remember last week the Professor Robert said that I noticed you need to pay attention to the Taipei 101 picture because I saw some of you play a phone, focus on your phone, and then they give you 5-minute breaks. And I diplomatically answer, oh, because they were born together with a phone, so they cannot, cannot away from their phone. And you know what Professor Robert said? Well, you know what the Professor Robert said to me? They say that, but when they go to the cinema for 2 hours, you can keep their phone. And I was so ashamed. I cannot answer. I really would like to stand up you. Oh, because my student is good, my student. But I cannot when they say that. Oh, when you go to the cinema, you put your 2 hours phone without any hesitation, and I cannot answer. And then he said, oh, maybe because I'm not at that interest as a cinema, right? And then I even get ashamed. I don't know how to answer. I mean, it's like I can't. For me, because I also millennials, I was born in the 90s, so he's like maybe he's older than me, so he's more like cannot adapt with the millennials like me, I adapt with several technology from the pager, from the Nokia and the BlackBerry and the smartphone with from the have a keypad. So millennials is very adaptable with this kind of new technology. Maybe you are the one that younger and then cannot away, but I try to understand. But for not so many people, if you're working, especially in several culture, you really cannot. You need to away from this phone for a while. I just like to remind you this one because I really cannot answer. I'm very ashamed about that. Very. But anyhow, so we have to be careful nowadays. If you notice yourself, you cannot concentrate more than 30 minutes. You need to check yourself whether you have like a problem in focusing or you have ADHD or something. Because sometimes nowadays in this we are ADHD, you know, ADHD is you cannot focus or something. Is the population is getting increased, especially in the youth. So if you notice that you study 15 minutes and then you check your phone, play game, and then 1 hour later you remember, okay, I'm not studying. Maybe you have you need to take aware to yourself. So please, slowly, I cannot say that you cannot take this phone. Okay, I cannot say that because this is also important. Maybe there's more interesting things, but at least try yourself to control. This is to train to your focus time and not also to respect. I saw people here using the earphone. Okay, I can understand. Maybe because I also very weird. I try to talk to some of the professors that nowadays the student the earphone. Well, for me they cannot accept because they're older than me. For me, like okay, maybe if they want, okay. But some students they're using the headphone. It's just headphone. You know the headphone have a cancel noise. So who is the noise? I'm the noise. So if you're using the headphone, I mean it's like, well. So try to be considerate to other people. So try to be considerate to other people. So I just imagine if you give presentation to me and I suddenly wait, I don't want to listen to you. I would like to hear earphone. You will feel sad, right? And feel no. So this is the same thing. Teacher also a human. You're also human. So we have to respect each other. Anyhow, this is about crisis management. I just want to point that last week. I tried to give a diplomatic answer to Professor Robert, but he's too smart. He just say that, but that is important. He really smile, but it's very straightforward to my heart, right? But I just remember, oh right, if you go to the cinema, you can skip your phone for 2 hours, no problem. But in the class, you really demand to your phone. I don't think this is right. Anyhow. Okay, this is a public department. So publicity department handles all promotion activities, including advertising, sales promotion, and display. This table, next one is the British business allocate their budget across various media, revealing that despite high cost of TV advertising, it only makes up 1.2% of the budget, indicating the vast range of marketing activities in other areas. Yes. You see that business press have the highest percent. Brochure, exhibition, their PR. PR is 6%, so it means that it's more than TV and radio. Have a PR more important rather than TV, radio, poster. Nowadays nobody uses poster, right? PR is more important. Business press is the highest because if you can give in the television have a press release is more important. So the key responsibility of head public department is develop a publicity program, build a coordinated team, and manage the advertising budget because you need to give allocation for the budget, and strict budget control is crucial to ensure the spending align with the set of objectives. Okay. I will stop here. We'll explain. So today we will have a class activity. So. So for For you that come late today, we will have a final exam in the December 30, so almost the end of the year, this one. So please come and bring your laptop. So do not, like last midterm, some of the students do not bring any device, so I don't bring anymore. So please bring your own device, okay? Mm. So what you need to do, what we need to discuss later on is, I would like you to choose one from the scenario below. First, you need to find a video or an article. Of course, you need to provide a link indicating bad marketing campaign, explain it, and what needs to be corrected. Or you can find a video or article, or of course, you provide a link indicating a unique marketing campaign. Unique marketing campaign is interesting marketing campaign. Explain the uniqueness and why it will attract consumers. Okay, so you need to choose. You need to choose one, not all. Choose one from the scenario below. Okay, so what you need to do is you can find a video or article with a link indicating whether you choose whether it's like a good campaign or bad campaign. Okay, if there's a bad, why it is bad, explain it, and then what needs to be corrected, and also if there are good things, what is the uniqueness and why it will attract consumer. Okay, I think this is today activity. We will discuss it in the third hour like you saw. Okay, thank you. If you have a question, you can ask me. Shining from IB is coming. Shining from IB department, student name Shining. Shining? Is it here? Ah, not here.